Yep,
cool.
everything's going.
I think we're live, so I think, yeah, this is our first time doing a live stream, so maybe comment if it's working.
There's one person here.
Hooray! Thank you for watching!
I think.
It's right at 9:30, so perfect timing. We'll just kind of wait, make sure that we know it's working first. But, man, today has
Yeah,
been...
it's working.
Okay, it is working. Great, thanks. Well, then I think we'll just jump right in. I know today has been an incredibly exciting day in regards to baby snakes. We've had not only the hognose snakes that hatched today, and today is their exact due date. It was 55 days in incubation and they started pipping. But we also had two unexpected clutches either hatch or were born, and I'll explain a little bit of that later. But this is an exciting end to the day because I've had like tons of programs today. I'm not gonna lie, I've been really looking forward to this. So I figure since it'll take a couple minutes before people can join us, I would introduce you to the hognose snakes' parents. So here is Mama Hognose snake. Her name is Bacon. She goes to a lot of the reptile programs with me at libraries and scouts and such. Although she looks normal, she is actually het for albino, which means she does carry the albino trait, and there's a 50-50 chance that she will give this albinism gene to her offspring. So she's a great snake. We also have her boyfriend right underneath her here. And you'll notice this one is an actual albino, which means that both of his parents passed along the albino gene. He pooped on the way to his program, so he looks a little messy in his face. I haven't had time to wash him yet. I actually just came back from a library program. But he's a good little snake too. They're both western hognose snakes. I'll just set him back in here. But those are the parents. So I'm going to show you all three clutches that decided to welcome themselves to the world. But let's start with the hognose snake eggs. And then, by the way, if you have any questions as we go, feel free to comment any questions, and Ed here will read them out if he's able to catch them in time. Here's the clutch that we've all been waiting for. There were 7 good eggs from this pair of hognose snakes. You can see one little snoot right here. There is an albino. So there is, again, a 50-50 chance of each egg being an albino versus a normal. And we have actually written our predictions on the eggs. So we have an A for albino. This one was a question mark because there were no windows. I couldn't see inside. But that's actually what we based our guesses on. You can see the baby through the window right here. I don't know how well you can
see it pretty well.
See it? Awesome. You can see this little baby. So we'll be checking that one out later tonight versus a window looking into what we believe is a normal color baby, but that will still be het for albino, which will be exciting. And this clutch we'll talk about a little bit later, but I'm going to use a small razor blade to be cutting open these eggs. And the reason why we are cutting these eggs open is because there's a chance that the baby inside might not have a well-developed enough egg tooth to be able to slice open the egg and then come out. And if they get trapped inside of their egg for too long, they will actually drown in their own fluids. So in the wild, natural selection would take place, but in captivity, there really isn't a reason for a snake to die just because it has an underdeveloped egg tooth. So we help them out a little bit, and we carefully use a razor blade, and we cut a little window or a little slice in the eggshell so that when they're ready, they can come out, whether or not they have a fully developed egg tooth. So
just letting you know, Braden's here.
Oh, hey, Braden. You get to choose your baby hognose. Braden is actually getting one of the normal-looking hognoses out of this clutch. So if you want, pick one out. I mean, go for it. We'll get to see them all here, and you get to choose one, too.
James Meyer is also here. Sun Reptiles is here.
Great, we've got all sorts of people.
Sheely Bo McDeebers is here.
Interesting username.
Chad's here.
All right.
Ghost G Boost is here, and Moan Moore is here.
All right.
All commenting. That's
awesome. Awesome. Well, that's great. Oh, look, we have a head. This was the first one to pip, actually, this afternoon. I noticed it when I got back home from a few of my programs this afternoon, but I had to leave to do another program, and when I came back, I saw that this guy had sliced open his shell, too. But it's just the two of them right now. We've got some tongue flicks, which is great. This one was a question mark because this was the egg I patched up. It was laid with a huge window right on top. So I actually used some Elmer's glue and some Lotrimin powder in another video that I can tag later. But we patched it up, and it looked just like a normal egg from then forward. And obviously, it was a good one to save because it was a little albino baby. So we're going to, I think, without further ado, start slicing these eggs. Let's start with, oh, do we start with an albino? Let's start with a normal. And I want to save this one for last because this one's huge, and this one has been big ever since it was laid. So it's
Twinsies.
probably
Not.
Probably just a big single baby, but there's a small chance that it could be twins. I'm not getting my hopes up, but let's save it till the end anyway. We'll start here. Their shells are very soft at this point to also help them slice their way out. There's going to be a little bit of goop, and you cut at the top since the baby rests towards the bottom. There's going to be a lot of goop. And obviously we don't want to put this blade in too far.
Just in case.
Yep, just in case. I'm just cutting enough so that they can stick their little heads out if they want. Oh man, it has really deflated.
What's the mom's name again? Bacon?
Mom's name is Bacon. The dad's name is William Snakespeare.
William Snakespeare.
Mm-hmm. There we go. That should be good. And we will peek inside. This one I was predicting to be a normal. And it is a normal.
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, you can see
You
it.
can? Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
See the little pattern in
Well,
there.
that's all we need for that egg. He can come out once he's ready. It might take upwards of 2-3 days. I need a washcloth.
Washcloth or paper towel?
Paper towel will work. There's egg goop everywhere. Cool, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to one that we think is an albino. Let's try this guy. Kind of do the same thing. There we go.
Really goopy.
Very, very goopy. Okay, and this one is, I'm gonna bend it this way actually.
Oh, yep.
That's
the
a little
albino.
albino. Great, our predictions have been right so far. Helps when you can see through the egg.
Just a little bit.
Yep. Okay, here's another one we think is an albino. Let's see, can you see it here through the window? Yeah, you can kind of see pinkish.
It's not brown, so.
I'm not like flashing everyone with my shirt down, am I?
No. I have that cropped out. You're fine.
Okay, let's see what baby number 3 is.
Maybe.
Oh man, so much goop.
And I
Looks to
see
be,
yellow.
Yep, there's yellow in there.
There's a little albino.
Another albino. What are we at so far? 1, 2, 3 albinos, 2 normals.
Yeah, he's a little cutie.
Yeah, he's adorable. He was ready first, too. He had the smallest egg, which I think is cute. Okay, egg number 4 for cutting. This is... Oh, look! I wonder what this one is. I don't know. That's a tough one. You can
Yeah,
also...
Hannah, Eastern hognoses are very hard in captivity to keep. They usually need to be toad eaters.
See him moving in there.
So it's probably a good thing you let that one go.
Yeah, Westerns are the ones most people keep as pets because they're much more likely to eat rodents in captivity.
Yeah, we don't even really need to open
No,
that one. I
that's
can see
enough
it
of
from
a
this
hole.
side against
Yeah.
the shell.
I think we're
Oh, yeah,
that's a
you can
pretty
see it.
safe bet that that's an albino. I could see him moving as I was cutting actually. And now this big one. Hey, I'm really curious about this guy.
Just a lot of goop.
Okay, comment your guess. Will it
Albino,
be-
normal. Do you
Yeah.
want to look at the bottom of the egg?
Okay.
You can't really see anything. There's the window.
It's pretty brown. I'm guessing a normal. Could it be twins or just a big baby? Let's see.
My hognose is told baby normal, normal single, big normal, twins. I think normal, but
Maybe
a big baby.
two-headed single. No.
Yeah.
That is highly unlikely.
That'd be sweet, though.
It would.
We could do this full time if we got stuff like that.
Yeah, really. Oh no, it's collapsing.
And no, Emily does snake programs, and I work for IT, so we do other things on the side.
Someday.
This is just our side business.
Yeah, our goal is to someday open a reptile store, which would be awesome.
We live right outside. We live in Wisconsin, just on the border. What do we see?
See a normal.
See more than one in there?
I think it's
just a biggie.
I think it's just a big normal. That would be my guess. Yeah, I think I see his head tucked in right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if 2 come out of that egg, we will update you guys.
Yes, I will let you know ASAP if there are 2 in there. He's just been watching this whole thing. So what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 normals, 4 albinos.
That's what it looks like.
Awesome. That works out. I'd always rather take more albinos than normals. Okay, so I'm going to cover them up.
Our first breeding project was actually bull snakes, 2 bull snakes. If Emily wants to go into that. We actually got another clutch from her this year too. So
the video last week, I believe, was us opening up the bull snake eggs, because we had a clutch of 25, which is insanely huge, and there wasn't a single slug, and all 25 of them hatched. It was amazing. They all look great too. They're all hissy, strikey, feisty little noodles. And some of them are starting to eat, and I think most of them are already sold too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Or at least they've been claimed anyway by a new home. So our next clutch.
This one's kind of a big one.
This is a huge one. This is a type of snake that is almost always wild caught. It's not bred in captivity very often, and we really lucked out with them. These are the African egg-eating snake eggs. They were an unexpected clutch. Since we weren't expecting these eggs to be laid, we didn't see them until a few days afterwards, and they were pretty collapsed in on themselves. But we threw them in the incubator with a ton of humidity, and they, all but one, all reinflated, and they looked great, so we just left them in there, and today they started to pip. I have yet to see one of their noses. I guess Ed has seen one of the babies, but I can't wait to see them. That might take a couple of days.
That one pipped, that guy, and the 3 on this side haven't yet.
I can see him in there. He's so tiny. Okay, I'm going to cut these as well, again on the top, and actually, since they're kind of detaching themselves from each other. When we found them, they had been attached for a couple of days, which is why we left the entire clutch together. We didn't want to pull them apart since they were adhered to each other.
Tough shell.
Yeah, it is. Come on. And the egg-eating snake eggs have stars on them. Maybe while I work on this guy, check out the stars in there.
Focus. There we go.
Kind of
all over the place.
Goop.
Oh. Here.
Yeah, we're gooping. Yeah, that's just an egg-eating trait. See those stars? Really kind of neat. I don't know what the purpose of having stars on your eggshells is, but
could just be the way they formed. Maybe they shrink down a little bit in spots.
Yeah, could be. Well, I wonder if I can open the flap.
Oh, yeah, see you little guy in there.
These have really tiny little heads, so this should be all I need for that egg. They're not like hognoses that have kind of bulkier heads. So there we go. I'm going to turn this so it's whole side up. I'm going to get the goop off. And we're going to try to peel this egg off. There we go.
Nice. I didn't think it was actually going to come off.
Yeah. Do the same with this guy. And there's no special genetics with these since the adults were wild caught. We actually got our first egg-eating snake from the Minnesota Herpetological Society. She was for adoption because the previous owner was having a tough time getting her to eat. We got her to eat just fine, so I don't really know what the problem was. Man, this is a really hard shell. But after we got her, we really fell in love with the species. So at the Tinley Reptile show, here we go. At the Tinley show, we picked up another female and a male, and that male was teeny tiny. I actually had to tube feed, or I have to tube feed this guy. But he was still big enough to do the job, apparently. So we got these eggs from one of them. I think it was the female that we got at Tinley. There we go.
So these eggs are kind of tough, so she's kind of making multiple swipes, but you're basically just trying to get just a teeny bit of the blade in just to cut the shell, because the shell is going to be very soft. So you're getting just that little bit of cut, and then just so they can stick their head out.
Yeah, you don't want to go in too far, of course. It is a fine line.
Yeah, I see them in there, but you can't really see them. Oh, a little bit from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go on to the next one too. So now when they're ready in the next day or two, they'll poke their heads out. And who knows, they could very well be able to get out of these on their own. But just in case, we help them. Oh, that one's actually already pipped. So I don't have to cut that one. That one's good. And Chad, this one's yours. This is the one you claimed back like a month ago when they were incubating. So I'm going to take him off.
The babies are very small, but they can handle finch eggs. And then once they get a little bit older, it's quail eggs. Actually... like this is what all of ours are eating, but
that's what the adults eat.
The females can actually get big enough to handle chicken eggs.
Well, we also do button quail eggs too.
It got really dark.
Did it?
Why did it get so dark? There we go.
The fridge light? I don't know.
I was focused on you the entire time.
Oh, okay. I don't know then. I want to cut this one a little bit more because it's Chad's. I want you to be able to see the baby.
We get the quail eggs from Asian markets. Asian marketplaces, they come in containers like this. Really cool little...
So much goop.
But yeah, that's where we get those from.
Here's the baby. Ah.
He's really dark in there.
Yeah, it is. I don't know where his head is. But he's in there. Looks good. So all 6 eggs look awesome. I'll just lay it in there. I thought it was interesting how she laid them vertically, by the way, because the newest clutch we have was laid horizontally, so I don't really know if there's a difference there.
Chad says thanks.
You're welcome, Chad.
We just basically put them in the container. I
carved it in a heart for you. All just for you. Yep, so we're going to leave these be. Tomorrow, I bet that first one that pipped this morning will be out. Let's check on these. Just one head still. His head was out earlier when we got a picture for the thumbnail for this video, but then he sucked it back in. He does not want to say hi. Oh! Well, hello!
He's coming out.
Hi, cutie. You saying hi?
So we have 2 questions. One of the questions is from Trevor saying, I love your videos, big fan. I'm actually interested in being a first-time reptile owner. Any suggestions on a starter pet?
Oh, snakes are the easiest reptiles to take care of because what other pet can you feed once a week or every other week and get away with it? So I would recommend a snake. And when it comes to snakes, I'd recommend either a corn snake or a ball python or possibly a hognose snake. They can be picky eaters at times, but so can ball pythons. So I would look into those 3 species, do your research, see what their size requirements are, then their heat and humidity levels and all of that. But I bet one of those 3 would be an awesome starter reptile for you. What was our other question?
The other one from Monet is, what are your favorite snakes?
Oh man, my favorite type of snake is the hognose snake because I love their little nose. It looks like they ran into a little wall.
Just screwing with the lighting here, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was just playing with the light. My favorite snake in particular is my bull snake, Janet. He is the dad to all of our bull snakes that just recently hatched. And I love him so much because he was the first snake that I got, really, and he's really friendly for a bull snake because they're notoriously, they have big attitudes, we'll say. They're hissy, kind of striky. We have some others at home that they're definitely more of your typical bull snake, but Janet, we thought he was a girl, by the way, which is why his name is Janet. But he is fantastic. He goes to all my programs too, so don't tell the other snakes, but Janet's my favorite. Although my favorite species is the hognose. So should we go to...
one other question.
Okay.
Where do you acquire finch eggs from?
Well, finch eggs can be kind of tough. I'll just take her out too while we're here. Finch eggs can be tough because you can either get your own finches. If you hear a train, it's because we live by a train track. And it's deciding
every video
we
right always
now.
have trains.
There's always clips that I have to redo because of these trains. Anyway, we used to raise finches, and so we'd get finch eggs from them, but now I have connections with a pet store that I actually used to manage at, and an awesome friend of mine, Erin, if you're watching, collects their finch eggs from the store and saves them for me. So, and they store for about 6 months in their fridge. So I just hang on to them and I use them to feed our smaller male when he takes them, and I'll also be using them for these babies too. Because, I mean, although the finch eggs look big for them right now, in the wild, you have to think, even as a baby, these have to eat some sort of egg in the African desert, so they can handle the finch eggs too.
Cool.
But yeah, good question. So you can either raise your own and get them from other pet stores. I'll put her back, and let's check out our third and final clutch that was actually born today. It was not hatched. We're gonna unplug the phone.
There we go.
Okay, we're gonna go downstairs for this one. It might get dark.
I'm gonna take the light with, but we'll see.
Light's coming with. Who knows if it'll work. It's a little dark down here. I think I've done a couple videos down here before. Oh, the light's kind of off. No, never mind. It's on.
Who knows what's going on?
Turn this on. Yeah, it's just dark. This is a 40-gallon tank that houses our community, or our trio, of garter snakes. We have one normal garter snake in here, just a female, and 2 albino checkered garter snakes. And as you can see, the female, April, gave birth today. We don't know how many are in here, because I've been really busy today, and I haven't had, oh, look at the 2 little heads. I haven't had a chance to take them out or count them. So
really hard to see these guys.
Here, I'm gonna lift the camera.
Emily will pull one out. Sorry, just lighting.
Ed's messing with lighting.
There we go. Now I'm back.
Come here, baby.
Good luck.
Oh, they're so quick. Come here. Oh my god. You're so tiny. So this was from our mama that we named April after the giraffe who took forever to give birth. Since she was taking forever to give birth, we noticed she was looking big in March, but it takes about 2 to 3 months for garter snakes to actually give birth. And the reason why they don't lay eggs is because they actually hang onto those eggs during the incubation process. It's called being oviviparous. And when those eggs would hatch is actually when they leave the body, making it look like she's giving live birth. So it took her a few months more than we were expecting, and we actually thought there was an issue. We were going to schedule radiographs for her to do next week, just to see if there were, in fact, babies inside of her, or if she was just fat. But then today, we saw babies, so it's really exciting. Turns out she wasn't just fat, she was in fact pregnant, or gravid, I guess you would call her. And I'm pretty sure, oh my gosh, look at all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I see. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure she gave birth down there because of the leftovers, and she was hanging out.
Some of the leftovers up.
Yeah.
To show what a slug looks like in their world.
Yeah, so actually I'm not sure if this is just afterbirth stuff. It doesn't look like a slug. It doesn't look like a body at all.
That's true.
It's just goopy. So I think it's just leftovers from, I don't know, giving birth or being gravid. Here you go. Put this back over here. I don't want to squish you. There. Mama's in here. She loves this log. She never leaves it. I don't know if you'll be able to see her in there. You use the light?
Maybe. Oh, jeez. It's like blinding.
Is it?
She's in there.
Yep, she's in there with Dad. And apparently he did the job. We did have another male in with her for a while when we thought it was safe to put a normal colored male in there. And then when she didn't give birth right away, we were like, well, what if the normal colored male mated or locked up with her? Then all of her babies would just be normal looking, not albinos, and it would all just been wasted.
Would be our luck too. But thankfully it never happened.
Yeah, they're all albinos. They're all little albino checkered garters. So we're really excited. But I think I'm going to close this before I forget to. That is the last clutch that hatched or was born today. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully the live stream worked out. Seems like it did. If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, feel free to stick around and check out other videos we've put up. We usually do an educational reptile video of some sort every Tuesday, although today's got pushed to Wednesday because the hognoses did not hatch yesterday. They hatched today, like they should have, which is okay. Were you gonna say something?
Well, I just think maybe go over, we're probably gonna do a video on the garters next week. Next
video we'll take it right after this.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull them out and count them. I'm guessing, I don't know.
Chad says 15 to 20.
Okay, I was gonna guess 20. So, okay, 15 to 20. Do you have a guess?
I was thinking 13 earlier today, but...
Okay, we'll see.
She was pretty big,
They're hiding, in the nooks and the crannies of the driftwood over there. Can you see one curled up?
Right up in there.
Yep. So they're everywhere. And they're burrowing tunnels in here, too. We'll see little heads just poking up, and then they suck back underneath. So we'll be recording us counting them. That might be in next week's video. Here's a little cutie. And after that...
Probably updates on...
Updates on the hognoses.
Updates on the hognoses. Yeah. And then Emily is planning on doing, once she gets to 1,000 subscribers, she's going to do a walkthrough of all the animals. So we are going to do our green trees, like I saw... Who's your friend down in the library who's getting a hognose?
Brandon?
Yeah, he was asking about the green trees.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a video about them.
We also have one larger animal down there, too. Some of you who are watching know what he is, but we'll probably show you him, too. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll do something special. And we'll walk around the house.
Walk around the house, show our entire collection off. So.
Yeah, but in the meantime, thanks again for joining us today, and we'll keep you posted. See you next week.